Welcome back to SNG Shorts, and today we're going to take this model off the base. Now you're probably wondering, with all these lights that are going on with this model, and there are quite a few, how I'm going to do that and not disconnect all the wiring. Well, I'll show you. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take this coupler right here. You see that? This unscrews like so. Okay, and then I'm going to pop the model off there. There we go. Model's free. And that's because it has this connector in it. And now I can turn off the power supply, which, by the way, Brian, I got to get you to order me a 9-volt power supply. 9 volt. And now I got to get this thing out of here. Now what I've done is on this model is I routed underneath here. And this is all important for you to see, Brian, because this is where your power cord will go and you'll put some electrical tape over it. But for shipping purposes, we do not want to leave this in there. So I'm going to pull it out like so. Now we're not going to ship it, but what I want to do right now is sand this down and make this very clean here, and then I'm going to stain it and put tung oil on it to give it a nice look. So let's do that. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken a flat sander, one of those hand sanders, a small one, and got most of the damage off this from working on it. And I never finish a base until I actually get to that point where I'm not dripping glue and other things. I could put down something on top of it. Yes, I could, Elliot, but I didn't. So, but now I'm going to take this lovely cherry 235 and brush them on. And just enough, you know, you don't have to go heavy, just enough to get the stain. And then I wipe it off with a paper towel and throw it in the oven, speed dry it. So I can put the tung oil on, which will be the next step. I really want this to be able to sit over the weekend and dry thoroughly. So, but already you can see what it's doing for the wood. It's really making it look so pretty. But that just really improved the look of this wood. There's still little dings and dents in it. You can never seem to get rid of them. That's what the thick coating is for. And I got all that off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in the drying oven for a while and finish my cup of tea. And then we'll put some tung oil on it. Now, tung oil as opposed to varnish. So what I've used to, instead of varnish, I stopped using varnish when I discovered tung oil. Steve Vick told me about it. And I used it on the deck of my big, giant radio-controlled sailboat. And it just works beautifully. It waterproofs it. Self-leveling, and makes a nice even coat. It sometimes takes several coats to get a good shine, but this is what I'll use after it comes out of the oven. Okay, here I go. I'm going to use some tung oil on this, and I need to get another brush. Now I'm going to put some tung oil on it, and you don't have to do anything to this stuff except just pour it on, basically, and spread it around. And this will make a very nice, glossy, self-leveling coat of clear on top of this that is waterproof, and it's really nice stuff. This is just like a how-to, isn't it? And yet it's one of our short videos for today, because basically I'm not doing much else. So there we go. That's our first coat of tung oil on. We're going to put that in the oven and check it back later. So I'm all here by myself today. Mary's at home while the house is getting painted on the outside and in the backyard. And I've got the good camera, the professional 4K camera. And these are, of course, the masks we talked about yesterday. You saw them come out of the molds. The mask and the communion bust with the nice marble base on it that I made. And a 2-part resin. Spock ears from the original Spock ear molds that I sculpted back in 1978 for Star Trek The Motion Picture, among other things I worked on. Of course, over here is the Star Wars Star Destroyer unlit, off its base right now. This completely removes, as you know. Our wonderful fluid head tripod that you've never seen, but we use all the time, that we really love for making films and doing the shows. And then, of course, there is the slot car set that I was given recently by a friend of mine that had been sitting for over 55 years. I got it working again. I turned it into a dirt car track, and it runs cars still. I use it as a test track. For the cars I'm building, like this a Cooper, same company. This is a Cooper T51. I have a 7-part series so far on making your own slot car body, which applies to any scratch building you might want to do, whether it be a boat, a submarine, or an airplane, or a car like this. I take you through all the steps to make your own molds, make your own body master, and all the small parts that go with it. You might want to watch that. There's a 7-part series, 7 parts. Anyway, upstairs, I don't normally take people upstairs, but upstairs in our studio, we have this room where Mary likes to paint, and I like to work on models, and a lot of the things that are waiting to be finished are over here. Mary's currently working on a rooster painting. This is going to be my level 2 rocket. Level 2 with the National Association of Rocketry. This will take a K motor, go about 5,000, 6,000 feet, and get there very quickly. Like, how about Mach 1? This boat I built years ago, all from scratch. It's just having some repairs done. This model is still under construction. These are some of the free flight models. I love free flight. I almost like it better in RC because there's something about winding up a model, and these are good size, this one is anyway, twin engine, and watching it fly itself is just really amazing, especially when they land perfectly smooth on the grass. Sometimes they'll fly for 2-3 minutes, even longer with some of the models, so I love it, and I've got plenty of them up there and a bunch more at home. This was an RC X1 scratch build I did. There's my schooner down there. This is our Brother vinyl printer. We can print, or vinyl, or balsa, whatever you want. You can print on this and it will cut out the patterns. And so it's a nice room. It's upstairs. It's always warmer during the winter. More rockets. Gee, what a surprise. You want to go see some more? We'll go back downstairs. This is our kitchen. This is the front room. Yes, and there's the Iron Giant, which is hard to see because he's backlit. You see, even with a professional 4K camera, I will make you seasick. Anyway, there's the Iron Giant. This was done as a one-off that I built for myself. I had help from Vase. They 3D printed the hands for me. But everything else is hand fabricated from scratch by me. There are some molds, not many. And then, of course, this is the showroom. I think I've showed it to you before, but never in 4K. Various submarines that I have that are all radio controlled. Even this fishing boat's radio controlled. Some of the stuff's not plugged in right now, like this. Well, you want me to plug it in, don't you? You do, don't you? Anyway, it's studio scale X-Wing, which I built several years ago. Beautiful model. My big Battlestar Galactica. I love that show. I really, really did. One of the best science fiction shows ever. A Stargazer. You know that ship. And there's some more stuff that's not lit up, like this big TWA, which needs to be plugged in, but it all lights up. I put in a cockpit in there and lit up all the portholes and everything, and this lights up too. And here's all the masks, again. Yeah, and all these are available on our website, and many more down here. And everywhere you look, there's models and stuff. I got rid of a bunch of stuff recently. Hello, Captain. Captain Kirk. This is made from the molds off the original puppet used in Star Trek The Motion Picture, which I worked on. Big resin 1350 Klingon battle cruiser. Scratch built. I did that, Daedalus class. This was a submarine at one time. I ran underwater, but I pulled it out, mothballs, and it still lights up amazingly. And, oh yes, and we got, yeah, the what do you call this thing? The Hilton Space Station from 2001, which I built entirely from scratch. More 2001 stuff. Just everywhere you look, you're going to see models, and Crater Lake Monster, Laser Blast Alien that I played in Laser Blast, and a lot more. Over here, we just lost our lights above here, but there's a whole bunch of props here that I know you'll recognize some of. My dear old friend Larry Cohen, who I did 7 movies with, who signed that to me, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So I thought maybe you might like to just see around a bit. Mary's paintings, some of mine, some more of Mary's paintings. See, these are supposed to be shorts, SNG shorts, so I'm trying to do that. Back to the kitchen again, and back out here where I'm going to put the base together on the Star Wars model and put it back, because I got to go home. Okay, as you can see, the base is looking real shiny now, and that's just 3 coats of the Tung Oil so far. I put another couple on it next week and let them dry slowly, and this will really look pretty. But it's already starting to have that I'm finished look to it, but I still have all the weathering to do still, so we're not going to get too excited just yet. But this model's just looking terrific. Since I'm on the big camera, I have to kind of move it around for you. So that's going to do it for SNG Short this week. Of course, it's the weekend. We don't make them on the weekend. But there is Slot Car Fun on Sunday, which is another show I do all about slot cars every Sunday called Sunday Slot Car Fun. Go check it out. And as always, don't forget to check out our website and follow it. It's free. All you have to do is push the follow button, and I post pretty much daily, even sometimes on the weekends, about everything. My career, I've had a 50-plus year career in Hollywood. I've worked on all kinds of big movies and been in them and been an actor in them and all kinds of other stuff that you probably don't know about if you're tuning in on this for the first time. So check it out. There's the link, and we'll see you next week.